Olay! How goes it? Go web! Tis a fi from YouTube. Back with another video. Hello, welcome back to another video. Today, I can't even believe we got this early. It's not early. I know people got it, and I know people are excited about it, but I got some things to say. Daredevil Born Again, Marvel Legends. They're out, and we're going to take a look at both of these figures, and we're going to go over the imperfections and the cool things about them, because there's a lot of things to be talked about and a lot of things to be said. So yeah, we will take a gander at these figures, because Daredevil Born Again has some new stuff coming shortly after these. I've heard some things. I've heard we might have a Bullseye figure coming and a Muse. Why? It's very exciting, very exciting. So yeah, I'll let out a primal scream for you. Daredevil. Daredevil. Wow, 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 wow. Daredevil Born Again. This series was hyped for so long because of the cancellation of Season 4 of Daredevil. So this is what our Season 4 entailed. And some people are very divisive on this series. And I must say, I enjoy parts of it. I enjoy some. I don't enjoy a lot of it. But it's okay, because they made some decent figures. Maybe? We'll see. We'll find out. But in the past, we've gotten some other Daredevils based off of Charlie Cox and Jon Bernthal's Punisher before, and these are the two. We will be comparing them all. But we have not really gotten many, so to get these, it's very exciting. Now let's actually look at this figure. We're going to look at Daredevil first. So here's this box. It's just your standard level Marvel Legends packaging, nothing crazy. And here's Punisher and his box. We're going to look at him too. But yeah, he's got the same little thing going on, just simple little box. There he is on the side and the back. Got a little bio too. But yeah, we'll take a good look at these. But first, we're going to look at the Daredevil. All right, let's look at this Daredevil. So once we get this little guy out the box, we are met with a figure that has been hyped for a long time. So let's get this guy out. His accessories, very limited, but you know, that comes standard with the Marvel Legends. You know, we love getting mixed matched hands, you pieces of shit. You assholes. I don't know why they do this. It pisses me off. But you do get two grabbing hands for your two batons, which is good. I guess that's extremely important. But the fact that you get one fist and one open hand pisses me off. But he looks good. He looks great, actually. This figure actually impressed me, because although I have a lot of issues with it, I actually have a lot of good things to say about it, surprisingly, because I thought I was just going to shit all over it. But actually, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. The proportions are great. The posability, I would say, is about a 6 out of 10. Right now, I'm going to mod this figure, and I'm going to do a separate video about that, because it's actually kind of simple, but I also want to do a separate video just talking more about it, because, wow. We're here to talk about the details and how cool this figure is. Now, his range of posability is somewhat limited, but you do get a lot of crazy poses out of him. The more and more you play with him, the more you realize that he's got a lot of range and posability. And what's awesome is I love this rope that can go on the batons, the part that he grapples with, the long rope. Yeah, I think it's cool. As you can see, he can get in pretty good poses. I'm actually quite impressed. You can get him jumping, doing the cool things like that. He looks great on a flight stand. But the thing that is insane to me is that look at this articulation, bro. Neck articulation. Now, I didn't think Legends was going to actually bring this on. Now, I know there's a lot of figures that have this, but I think this should be standard with every figure, is this neck and ball hinge articulation, because you get the best of both worlds. And you get that crazy range, and he can look up quite a bit. As you can see, he can look up very, very good. Like I said, this figure has a lot of great range of motion and articulation, and especially in the butterflies, which I didn't even think were here. they actually made them extremely movable to an extent that's better than Wolverine. And also, check this out, his diaphragm, this is just standard out the box, and that's kind of crazy to me. Now, the thing that sucks, no ab crunch or any sort of ball peg that connects the waist and the abs together. But as you can tell, like, this is crazy. You get double jointed arms, pinless, by the way, no pins. Same with the legs, no pins. Very seamless looking, very nice, very cool. I love the detail and I love the colors, except I would say the color of red is probably too bright. But yeah, you also get that ankle pivot in there too. But yeah, I have had a lot of fun with this figure since I've opened him. He's very cool. This is Daredevil from Daredevil Born Again. I really missed the boot cut on this figure, I can't lie, but his range is still better than most figures that actually do have boot cut. And here is the Daredevil Born Again figure next to the Netflix Daredevil. As you can see, a major upgrade, front to back, a big upgrade, I would say, comparatively to the old one. I would say it was much needed. Aesthetically and in general, a big upgrade. And then here he is next to the Mezco Daredevil that came out years ago, and a Ben Affleck Daredevil, and a comic Daredevil from the 3-pack. Here's Matt Murdock and Fisk, and they look good together. They go well, they blend. And yeah, so we're gonna do some head swaps. So the Matt Murdock head from the No Way Home figure does not work. The neck is just way too long. And it does not look right. And honestly, in general, this Matt Murdock head to me is not that great. It doesn't really look like Charlie Cox to me too much, but hey, you know what? It's okay. You know, he's got glasses on. It's a decent head, but we'd take them off and then you try to put on this figure, it don't look great. However, though, if you have the Comic-Con head from 2018, this actually works a lot better. It's not perfect, the neck is still kind of long, but it looks a lot better and it actually fits the figure way better, I think. But yeah, I feel like no matter what, unless you mod the head more, he's going to suffer from long neck syndrome. And then I know people are probably very curious about this, and yes, it does work. You can put the Mezco Daredevil heads on this figure, and it actually looks really cool. It actually looks in scale, they go on quite nicely. And yeah, it actually looks really, really, really good. But yeah, once we mod this, it'll be at 110%, which will be a separate video. And I just gotta say, I love this figure. I love this Daredevil. I would highly recommend it. If you're a fan of Daredevil or Charlie Cox or the MCU, whatever your deal is when it comes to Daredevil, I would say this is a figure needed for the collection because it is a major upgrade and probably the best live action Daredevil action figure we've gotten to date. Despite its problems, it's still got a lot of things you can do with him. And what's a man dressed in red without his baby girl, huh?
You're pretty much the last person I expected to find here.
You know you're a wall-to-wall asshole. Power goes out, you got nothing to make a goddamn pot of coffee in this house.
Well, not everyone lives in a fallout shelter, Frank.
I'm talking about Matt's real baby girl right here, the dang Punisher, Frank Castle. We are about to rip this figure out of the box. I'm so excited for this figure because it's been such a long time since we've gotten like a pretty good Punisher figure in live action, and I'm so excited. So let's open this guy right now, and we're gonna take him out, look at his accessories, go over all the details. Let's just see if what this Punisher is really all about and if he's really worth the purchase. Because, man, I can tell you right now I love this figure. And I can tell you right now this is also an upgrade comparatively to the old one from the Netflix wave, the Man Thing wave. Yeah, this figure is freaking badass. Look at his Punisher patch. It's printed so well and so straight. This head sculpt is insane. You can see all his facial hair detail and the fade on the back of his head, bro. And the clips on his belt, the details of everything, of all of his military grade gear. It's just so freaking, so sick. So sick. The rolled up sleeves. I'm here for this. I'm here for this figure. This figure is really cool. Every single accessory that he comes with, almost, except for one axe, you could put on him. You could put his knife in his holster. Right there. It goes right in there. That's one of his accessories. And then his pistol, it goes right also in his holster. So you got both weapons that could go on the figure, and then you got his axe that he can just hold. as well. And, you know, I feel like with almost any Punisher figure, you can do and put this figure in as many situations as you want, and it would pretty much almost always make sense for some reason, because Punisher is just that guy, bro. He's just that guy. He's got it on him. He's even got the American flag on his other sleeve and all his pockets, bro. He's got this shit. He's got this shit spray painted on his chest. He's the Punisher. Don't fuck with this guy. Well, yet again, you're met with two unmatched pairs of hands, but at least you get two trigger hands, which are things that you can use, put two accessories in both hands. But why one fist and one open hand? Come on, dude. Like, Legends, y'all are so lucky this figure looks as good as it does and whatever, bro, because, man, like, we need to talk about this articulation style and compare this figure with some other ones, because, man, look at that fade. I would say this figure has great range, minus the boot cut and the butterfly joints that don't move as well. I think it's pretty good. It can do pretty much everything Punisher needs to do. This head sculpt looks exactly like Jon Bernthal, and it's scary. It's almost scary because this one is like really good. This is a really impressive head scan. I would also like to throw an accessory on him really quick before we compare this figure. An accessory that belongs to a figure I love so much. So this is what Frank would look like with the Mezco Crow jacket, and that is hard. I must say, that's hard. That's cool. Here he is with the Crow, just so you can get like a gauge of size comparison. I actually don't own the Mezco Punisher, unfortunately, so that's the closest we'll get for a leathery jacket to put on this figure. So thank you, Eric Draven, for donating your jacket for this video. You're much appreciated. You will get your own video one day, I promise. I'm not even just saying this because the jacket is currently on it. I will say this, at least, about the figure. The butterfly joints are not that great, but, I mean, he's still got all of what he would need for what Punisher needs to do for posing, I would say. I still feel this figure could benefit in some hands that match with each other that aren't just trigger finger hands. You know, like two fists and two open hands would be cool. But just like Daredevil, he won't get that. He won't get those hands. Because, for what? Oh, because maximum, I guess that's maximum grade, is getting all the hands you want. So, hey, I mean, at least he comes with what he needs to for, you know, Punisher. He comes with three accessories and hands. So, hey, they could have just said, hey, you can get a glued gun in your holster like Deadpool and call it a day. But no, they actually allowed us to get weapons. So, with that being said, and its issues, I want to at least compare this figure with some other action figures. But first, let's grab the Toy Biz Thomas Jane Punisher figure from the Punisher movie. And yeah, we've come a long way when it comes to sculpt work and likenesses, but I would say that likeness is still pretty good. But speaking of likenesses, here's the last Jon Bernthal Punisher that came out for Marvel Legends. And as you can tell, big upgrade in the sculpt work, the articulation style and the proportions. This one has a jacket, unlike this one. I could throw that on for a photo for y'all real quick. And yeah, his sleeves are rolled up on this one, so you can get like a rolled up sleeved look with the jacket on. But also, unlike the new Punisher, he actually comes with a big giant rifle with the scope on it. And this one does not come with a giant rifle with the scope on it. But let's talk about this head sculpt real quick, because this head sculpt has, yeah, we've definitely gotten the upgrade when it comes to likenesses. I'm not going to say this is the greatest Punisher figure in the world, but I'm not going to say it's a bad figure. Now, comparatively to the old one, you know, and the oldest one, yeah, I think we've gotten a lot of Punisher figures from different, you know, actors and things like that. So, yeah, we got a little Daredevil watching us all. The devil's always keeping his prowl up when it comes to Frank Castle. So here's all the Punishers together. Yeah, and sadly, I don't own the Mezco one, but, you know, you can interpret where he would be in this situation. Here is the Punisher and Daredevil next to their old counterparts from the Netflix franchise. They look good in scale. Here's the Punishers next to Matt Murdock and Fisk. And here he is next to the Mezco Daredevil. And here they are with the counterparts of the early 2000s. And of course, Spider-Man. I couldn't forget Spider-Man since they're both probably going to be in Brand New Day. I had to.
You're pretty much the last person I expected to find here.
You know you're a wall-to-wall asshole. Power goes out. You got nothing to make a goddamn pot of coffee in this house.
Well, not everyone lives in a fallout shelter, Frank.
Is that a new costume? What do they call you now? Nightgown man?
What about you? After shave and a haircut? That all for me?
Yeah, I did it for you.
So I would say these figures, I would give Matt Murdock, Daredevil, a 6 out of 10, and I would give Frank Castle a 7 out of 10. These are great figures. With its problems, I will be making an update video on these two because there is some room to be made with their range of motion and things like that. And I think they're cool. The lack of boot swivel sucks, but you know, they're great figures. I highly recommend them. If you're a big fan of Daredevil, Born Again, and the Punisher, I would say get these figures. They are awesome. I love them.
On my last legs, jaw rocking, jaw rolling. Slipping up, you folded. I'm the person I molded. Never lie, my motives. Invented swag, no Otis. Burning Fonto in the morning. Wore my views, telling lies. Climb for help. Now you by yourself. And look, I tried to help, but I can't do nothing else. Think it's funny, think it's sweet. Lead from the grapevine. So Simon, you don't know. You a clown, you a bozo. I'm booted, I'm out of the ozone. I can't wake you up. Out of time, out of luck. Stuck in your ways, but none of it pays. Not depending on no one. I lead the way like a shogun. Act loud like thunder. Dig a grave right under. It's not like how it was. Not worth me going nuts. Nah.